Do you have a first aid kit? Most of us do. It's probably filled with some Band-Aids and Neosporin and maybe even an ace bandage or a roll of fabric tape. But do you have a fashion first aid kit? It's the same idea, but it's just for your wardrobe. And here is why it is so important. These little tools can completely change how your clothes fit, how they feel, and how confident you are when you walk out the door. And the wild part, at least the wild part that I think, is most of the things in a fashion first aid kit you've probably never heard of until today. So today I'm going to share with you 21 genius fashion fixes that every woman should know. We're going to talk about what they are, what problems they solve, and I'm even going to show you how some of them work. But since I aim for videos that are under 20 minutes, we're going to cover a lot of ground quickly. So buckle up, my friends, get ready, because we're going to be taking a ride. It's Kelly Snyder from Adore Your Wardrobe, and if this is your first time here, welcome. I am so glad that you found us. For the past 9 years, I've been running an online fashion education program called Adore Your Wardrobe, and in that time, I have helped thousands of women demystify fashion by teaching them how to dress their unique body types using formulas that are based in math and science. Because when you know what works for your body, shopping and getting dressed becomes so much easier. And these fashion helpers I'm going to be talking to you about, well, they help too. They smooth, they lift, they conceal, they secure, and they support, and oftentimes for less than $10. Will you need all 21 of them that I share with you today? Probably not. But I can almost guarantee that there are a few here you've never heard of, and at least one you will be ordering because it's life-changing. And the best part, I've included links in the description for ease of ordering. Okay, let's dive into the first category, and that is bra fixers. Item number 1 is eraserback bra clips. So what do these little boogers do? Well, they turn any regular bra into a racerback. These clips pull straps basically inward and down, making them perfect for tank tops and sleeveless styles when a strapless bra just won't cut it. So what do they fix? Well, in my mind, it fixes having visible straps, right? You can wear any sleeveless style with support and confidence, and it actually makes your outfit look more put together because who wants to see a bra strap hanging out of a tank? Okay, so how a racerback clip works is you're gonna have this little piece of plastic. I know it doesn't look very good, but it is mighty. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna add it to your bra in the back. And what happens is when you do that, then the bra becomes a racerback. Next on the list is silicone bra cushions. So what do these little babies do? Well, they are soft, clear silicone pads that sit under your bra straps. They reduce the pressure on your shoulders, stop straps from sliding, and ease discomfort, especially if you have a fuller bust. So what do I think that these fix? Well, for me, the biggest thing is it really stops the straps from digging in, especially when you have like a halter style bra that you're wearing. It can really, when you have a bigger chest, it can really pull on the strap a lot and lead to a lot of discomfort. And these truly ease the pain. Okay, so how do these little silicone things work? Well, they're just a little piece of silicone. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your bra strap inside of it. So you're gonna do the slit up at the top and then just wrap it around just like this. And what's great is that the silicone's just gonna sit on your shoulder, but what it does is it really alleviates the pressure when your straps start to dig into your shoulder. Next for our bra fixers, well, that's strap retainers. So what do strap retainers do? Well, they're tiny fasteners that attach to the inside of tops to hold bra straps in place and prevent them from slipping and showing. These are especially helpful with wide neck or off the shoulder styles. So what does this fix? Well, essentially it stops visible straps and the constant need for readjusting to keep straps hidden, especially when you have those wider necklines because they're gonna be wider than normally where your bra straps are going to hit. Well, and how does this work? Again, it's super simple. These are really tiny. You're gonna have a little bit of a safety pin right there, and you're gonna safety pin where you want your bra to be, and then there's this little itty bitty bit of fabric with a snap that allows your bra to stay in place. Again, super easy to put in many different shirts, and it keeps your bra where it should be, not where it wants to be. Okay, now let's move on to some helpers that make your clothes look better. Our next item is armbands. Well, what do they do? Well, they're either elastic or metal armbands that hold your sleeves in place so you can rock a 3/4 length sleeve without a bunched mess. And in my mind, it fixes basically having to have like a super rolled or pushed up sleeve without having all that uncomfortable bulk that makes your arm feel like it's in a tourniquet, right? Like after you've rolled it up so many times, it feels like it's really tight on your arm. And what these armbands do is really allows you to have that pushed up look without having it to feel like it's cutting off your circulation. So how do these work? Well, you're gonna get a pack of bands, and what I do is I normally put them up to where I want the sleeve to be. And you can do it two different ways. You can either push the sleeve up and then put this on it and then kind of roll the sleeve once, or if you want a more pushed up look, you can push the sleeve over the band. So basically put the band where you want your sleeve to be, push it up, and it's gonna stay in place, again, allowing you to have that 3/4 look. The next item, well, it's double-sided tape. So what does double-sided tape really do? Well, sometimes your clothes don't lay perfectly, and these discrete strips make sure that everything looks intentional without a bunch of adjusting. The brand that's been most recommended to me is actually not even double-sided tape for fabric, but it's double-sided tape for toupees. And it makes sense, right? Like something that's gonna keep a wig in place is probably gonna work better than just something that keeps fabric in place. So the best thing you do is you take the double-sided tape, and I found what works best is to place the tape first on the item and then place it on your skin. So then that way you make sure that, you know, if you're having a neckline that's not sitting right or maybe a hem that's not sitting right, that you're able to put it exactly where you want the first time. Next item on our list, well, that's magnetic pins. So what do magnetic pins do? Well, they can replace safety pins with this sleek magnetic ones. No holes, no snags. These are perfect for button downs or wrap tops when you need a little extra coverage. So what do these fix? Well, modesty issues without ruining your delicate fabrics like silk or rayon or polyester. And what I see sometimes is a lot of women will wear a camisole instead of fixing a neckline. And what happens is they kind of ruin a really great shirt by adding that camisole for modesty issues. And this allows you to fix those modesty issues without necessarily ruining your neckline. So how do these work? Well, it's essentially a magnet. And what you're gonna do is you're going to pinch the fabric in the front, so it creates a little gather, and then you're gonna come in the back and put the magnetic pins where the pinch is at. And what it does is you can adjust it then, go up or go down, but it allows you to keep the neckline the way that you want, but then have the coverage that you need. The next item on our list is no-sew adjustable snaps. So what do these little babies do? Well, it's a snap-on button pin, and they have the look of a rivet, which allows you to tighten a waistband instantly. It looks like a real rivet, so there's no sewing needed, and it's adjustable and reusable. So what does this fix? Well, sometimes your waistband is too big and you're constantly pulling up your pants. So these are a great option. They're also great if you're actively losing weight but aren't ready to buy new clothes. Our next item, well, that's the Invisibelt. So what does an Invisibelt do? Well, it's a flat, buckle-free belt that smooths your waistband under fitted tops. No lumps, no bumps, or buckle bulge. And well, what does it fix? Well, sometimes the bump that we get when our belt buckle or jean rivet or pants button shows through your shirt, we really don't like that. And the Invisibelt holds your bottom in place while also smoothing your silhouette, again, so you don't see those buttons or rivets or snaps. This is a great option, even if you don't need a belt, but you really want a smooth look. Well, so how does the Invisibelt work? It's pretty simple. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this belt on like you would a regular belt through your belt loops, and then you're going to adjust it so the silicone is laying on top of your snap or your rivet or your button in the front. And what that does is it kind of pushes it and creates a nice smooth silhouette against it so your shirt hangs nicer. All right, next on my list, well, that's Static Guard Spray. So what does Static Guard Spray do? Well, it instantly neutralizes static cling in clothes, especially nylon and silk, or in tights, or your hair. You just spray and go. So what does this fix? Well, honestly, it fixes some really embarrassing situations because it's gonna stop your skirt from riding up and sharing your under things. It stops tops from sticking awkwardly. It keeps the fabric moving and looking natural and effortless. And it's why it's kind of an oldie but a goodie. The next item, well, it's the micro stitch. And what does a micro stitch do? Well, it's a mini tagging gun, essentially. This lets you reattach loose hems or secure collars or test out alterations without committing. And what does it fix? Well, I love it because if you aren't sure you want to get an item altered, this is a great option to test run before you commit. It's also great for closing up necklines or opening up a collared neckline or securing fabric tape and more. Okay, so how does this work? Well, you've got your gun, okay, and then you have your fabric. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the needle and push it through, hold it firm, gun it, and pull out. And what you'll have is just an itty bitty little tag. Okay, now let's move into some little helpers that make accessorizing easier. And if I'm gonna be honest, all of these that I'm gonna show you are probably my favorites. First item on the list, well, that's necklace extenders. So what do these do? Well, they're simple chains in various lengths to give your necklace just the right drop for any neckline. So what does this fix? Well, sometimes you love a necklace, but you hate where it falls. And these extenders allow you to customize the length of any necklace, so your accessories work with an outfit and not against it. And because sometimes you need another inch just to make it perfect. In addition to that, I think these are also really great if you have a fuller neck and struggle with the normal length of shorter necklaces. And for how this works, it really is so simple. You're gonna have a pack that's gonna have many different lengths, and you're gonna pick the length that's gonna work the most. You're going to just basically attach it to your lobster clasp and then to your hook on the other side. And it just gives you, again, just that little bit of extra inch, inch and a half, 2 inches to just help a necklace hang better. Next on the list, magnetic clasps. So what does a magnetic clasp do? Well, you can add these to any necklace or bracelet so it snaps on and off with ease. And what do these fix? Well, if you have dexterity issues, or you live alone, or you have long fingernails, fumbling with tiny clasps can be such a pain. These add-ons allow you to accessorize stress-free. As a note, I actually prefer the magnetic clasps that have lobster clasps on both sides to make them easier to use. For how it works, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna add your magnetic clasp, again, to the end of your necklace. This one has super tiny little clasps, so it's not exactly easy to put on and off, especially when I have longer nails. But with the magnetic, I'm ready and go. Next is layering clasps separator, which is really a mouthful. But what they do is it's a magnetic attachment that lets you wear multiple necklaces without them tangling into a knot. And what it fixes is like the layered look for necklaces is really trending, but combining 2 or even when you get to the point of 3 and not having them all get tangled together into a big knot is nearly impossible. This clever little tool keeps every chain in place, makes sure they are perfectly spaced, and the magnetic closure makes it easy to put on and to take off. Okay, so this separator is a 2 necklace one. They also come in 3 necklaces ones. And then again, it has the magnetic clasp, which makes it easy to put on and put off. I paired it with what's trending right now, which is kind of the rainbow beads. And then again, with an individual pendant. And you can see it's super easy just to pop on. There's perfect. Next item is an infinity clips shortener. And what this does is it actually allows you to shorten the necklace. So kind of the opposite of the extender. And it allows you to do it from the back. So it's perfect for adjusting longer pendants to work with your neckline or even layering with longer pieces. What I love about these is it allows you to create a custom necklace length to match any neckline, because sometimes you need the necklace to be shorter, not longer. Next item on the list, well, that's a jewelry polishing cloth. And what they do is they gently buff away tarnish and dullness from sterling silver or gold or costume jewelry. And what does this fix? Well, wearing jewelry that looks tired or dirty can ruin an otherwise great outfit. A few swipes of this cloth brings back the shine with no extra chemicals or extra mess. My little item of note is that you want to make sure that you use caution on really inexpensive pieces. The finish on costume jewelry is usually over brass, and that can easily come off if you scrub on it too hard. Okay, most people have had a polishing cloth at one time or another, but they're super easy to use. Essentially, you're just going to take your item, and again, this can be costume as well, and you're just gonna rub, and again, it just kind of takes off a little bit of that dinge. Super easy. And again, it can work on costume jewelry as well as your finer pieces. Okay, this next little group of helpers actually makes your shoes more comfortable. The first item on the list is Body Glide Anti-Blister Balm. So what does it do? Well, it creates an invisible dry barrier on skin to prevent blisters and chafing and hot spots where shoes can rub. And what does it solve and what does it fix? Well, it allows you to wear your sandals or heels with ease, even in the heat and the humidity. It goes on clear and it lasts all day. The next item, well, it's Dr. Scholl's Love Your Heels liners. And what do? Well, they're soft gel-like liners that stick inside shoes, and they can prevent heel slippage and rubbing or blisters. Well, what does it fix? Well, if you have narrow heels like me, your shoes can slip often. And these help your heels stay snug and comfortable, which means less rubbing and blisters or hot spots. What I love about these is that they're super inexpensive. They have a double-sided tape that basically you're just gonna peel off, and you can stick them wherever on your shoe that you need them to be. I do them in my heels, but I know lots of other people will even put them on the sides of their feet, or maybe even going it back, maybe near their baby toe. There's have a nice little felt pad with just a little bit of cush, so you don't have to feel like you have to buy a whole extra size bigger of shoes. They really work with your normal size, and again, just to provide that little bit of comfort. The next item is also from Dr. Scholl's, and it's moleskin. So what does it do? Well, you can custom cut moleskin that sticks wherever you need it for a little extra cushion or a little extra protection. And what does it solve? Well, in my opinion, moleskin is much more dependable, customizable, and stays in place all day better than a Band-Aid. So if you're breaking in a new pair of shoes, or if your feet swell as the day goes on, and then you get hot spots, these cushions allow you to wear what you want longer and more comfortable. And the bonus for me is that they're actually easily trimmed to fit, so it won't affect how your shoes look. You're not gonna have that Band-Aid sticking out, ruining how your beautiful, comfortable, cute shoes look. All right, we're in the home stretch, and finally, these little helpers will make your clothes look like new. First up is the Conair Fabric Shaver. Well, what does this do? Well, this battery-operated shaver gently removes pilling and fuzz from sweaters and knits, helping them to look brand spanking new. And what does it fix? Well, let's be honest, any pilling or extra fuzz makes a sweater look worn, even though it's clean. So this little tool helps restore a smooth, fresh, from the store look to your favorite pieces. And that decreases your cost per wear. One note, I always say use it really gently so it doesn't pull on your knits. And how does it work? Well, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna take it, and it's adjustable, so depending on how thick the weave is in your sweater, like if it's a finer one, you would wanna put it a little bit closer. If it's one that's a little bit looser of a weave, a little bit longer, and then you literally just turn it on and just take it over nicely, your sweaters, and it gets rid of all those little pills and fuzzies. Our next item, well, it's a small crochet hook. And no, I'm not asking you to knit, but what these do is these small crochet hooks allow you to easily fix snags in your knit tops. So what does this fix? Well, let's be honest, snags happen, but they make the garment look unkept even though it may be newish. So these tiny hooks make it easy to grab the snag from the back and pull it through to give your top or sweater that clean look. The next one is a Scotch lint roller. And what does it do? Well, it quickly removes the lint, the pet hair, the human hair, and the fuzz from your clothes with no washing required. Well, what does it solve? Well, let's be honest, any extra fuzz, fur, or hair makes you look unkept. And a few swipes with this roller keeps your dark colors sleek and your light colors clean between washes. And I'll be honest, this is my side note, I shed a lot. I'm always losing hair all over the place, so I always have a travel size lint roller in my purse for keeping things fresh on the go. Okay, most of us know how a lint roller works, but truly it's just a matter of just rubbing it on your clothes. And you will be shocked at how much lint you actually get. And then when you're done, just pick off the strip, tear it off, and you're ready for the next day. Okay, for those that have been counting, that was 21, but I have a final fashion helper, and that's understanding your body type and the best way to dress it. Because listen, you can have all of the fashion little helpers in the world. You could have all of them that I talked about today, but if you're choosing clothes that don't work with your body, it isn't really going to matter. And that's why we created the Adore Your Wardrobe Body Type Calculator. It's totally free. Just click the link in the description, enter 3 measurements, and you'll know your exact body type, plus get personalized resources to start dressing with confidence right now. It's fast, it's free, and honestly, it's the foundation of great style. Woo, we did it. I'm not sure if we did it in 20 minutes or less, but it feels like we did. So if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with a friend who could use a fashion fix or two. Remember guys, fashion can be frustrating, but it doesn't really have to be. And remember, it isn't about buying more stuff. It's about buying the right stuff. And we all deserve to have a wardrobe we adore, full of items that fit and flatter and make us feel amazing when we wear them. And sometimes we need a couple fashion little helpers to help us do that. All right, so have a great rest of your day. God bless and take care, and I'll see you next time with more fashion tips. Bye-bye, everybody.